Welcome to another episode of the Kitchen Table Podcast, hosted by your boy Coach and his lovely wife,
Miss B too.
Two E's. And we are here again with another hopefully funny episode. You can also find us on all streaming app platforms at kitchen underscore table underscore podcast.
You don't even know the name of this podcast. I'm starting to regret letting you even be a part of the podcast if you don't know the name of it.
First of all, I know the name of the podcast because we are in the Carter Studio. Is there? No, it's Carter Broadcasting. So we are in the Carter Studio. This is the Carter Studio, okay? Because this are the Carters.
Anyway,
Anyway, but you can find us on all streaming platforms. We are up on Amazon. No, not Amazon yet. I'm still working on Amazon. There's some stuff I gotta go through. But Spotify and Apple Music. If you look up kitchen underscore table underscore podcast, if you search Coach and B two E's, you will find us. All right. Let's get into this episode. Then we got a good one for you guys today. You know, what I was about to say, what I was about to talk about. I had something on my mind. What I was gonna go over. Oh yeah. So I want to get to this little storytelling thing. So me and my sister had a conversation. It's not storytelling, but it's just something realistic that happened.
do I make you nervous?
No, I got a lot in my mind right now.
When you have your podcast with the boys, you don't be nervous or nothing. Do I make you nervous? Because baby, what is going on? You be smooth talking during your podcast with them, but with me, you stuttering, you like fumbling over your thoughts.
It's been a long day.
It's always a long day, apparently, because you do this every
I
time.
I didn't have the
The
proper
docket
stuff. Yeah,
open.
I didn't have the docket open, and so I was trying to get to it, and so I forgot what I wanted to say. So it took me a second. Forgive me, Lord. Okay, Lord don't care. Forgive me for V two E's, because I can't. Because all of a sudden I can't give out your government name, but you said my government name about 20 times. Last time you talking about the dude
Nigga, they
across the
know your
street,
name.
you tell everybody, you tell
They know
everybody my
your
government
name.
name. If I was rudely interrupted, all right. So I had a conversation with my sister. She's doing well, living large, not in charge. She gonna be like, what?
Petty, bro.
And this bar having a conversation with her brought back a funny moment that happened when I was growing up. I remember when I was leaving to go to work, and my brother he wasn't living with me at the time. He was living with my dad, but he was over there taking a nap after school. And so you know how the house is. You had to park on that hill to get out. So I was bagging out in my car, and I ran into his car. I didn't want to say nothing to him. I went out. I left, drove around the corner, and came back. And I was like, all right. So I went and told him, I don't remember what happened after that, but it brought up an interesting conversation because one of the trending topics for last week was because the car it was his, but it was our dad's that gave it to him. And so he had to deal with that consequences. Okay. So it brought up an interesting question. Now, if he would have got in trouble for me hitting the car, and he would have took the heat for it, I don't even know what happened. But the question is, if you did something to your siblings that hurted, was y'all fighting or did y'all just let it go?
I don't understand.
No, I mean like, I mean like if you did something to your brother or your sister, something that was precious to them, are you gonna, or and you know it's something they like, are you gonna stand there and then take the ass women from 'em? Or are you gonna fight them?
Oh, we're gonna have to square up because I'm not about to let you just randomly beat me up. You will not just beat me up. We're not gonna do that. Yes, I messed up your stuff. Hey, I apologize for that. But I ain't just about to let you haul off and knock me to my feet.
But what's the difference? We both the youngest.
It don't
So
matter.
it's no different than you wrecked your dad car.
Hey,
Would you
would you
go
go
fight
fight
your
your
dad?
dad? I ain't never wrecked my
I'm
dad's
just
car
saying.
though. So
I'm just saying. But you gonna fight your dad?
I've never wrecked a vehicle in my life. I'm
If
just saying
you
on my driving record.
if you if we want to talk about driving records,
My driving record's been squeaky clean for the past 7.5. So you can go ahead and kick rocks there, buddy. Yeah, we've been here almost 7.5, almost 8 years. I ain't got no ticket or nothing. We ain't talking about back then when I was rolling.
we still talking about you brought up driving. But what I'm saying is, if you did something,
We would still fight. If you swung on me, we gonna have to fight because I can't just stand there like no punk and let you beat me up. I mean, you may win in the process, but I'm gonna have to hold it down for myself. That's crazy. I ain't just about to let you beat me up and then think that it's all right that you beat me up. Yeah, I took your stuff, I damaged it, I wrecked it, I ate it, whatever. But you can't just haul off and punch me because I ate your snickerdoodles or something, you know? Because that's how they would be. So yeah, I don't know. You may be like, I'm just gonna let them beat me up. Me, I'm going out like a thug. And you feel? I can't hear myself now. Did you pause me?
no, I paused myself so that it wouldn't be an echo.
You muted yourself?
There
And
you
I
go.
couldn't hear myself no more. In my ear, when you muted yourself, I couldn't hear myself. Well, that's good. But that's it. What about
Well,
yourself?
it wasn't. Uh, no, I mean, my brother didn't fight like that. But if he would have got mad, we'd have been fighting. But it was the
But my brain was going to what conversation that y'all was having that brought you to that.
this question. Okay, now if because I ain't gonna go into details about the conversation, but if you and your mama, or you, mama and your sister, or your dad and your brother is beefing, would you be beefing with your parents, not talk to your parents to be in solidation with your brother and your sister? You gonna be in solidation with your mama and your daddy and say F your sister. And I want you to think about this question because most people are not really thinking about this question when it's asked, because for the simple fact is that your brothers and your sisters, y'all have a separate bond from the mother and the father. When you was in trouble, y'all stuck together. So when you're in trouble with your mom and your dad, y'all still supposed to carry that's stuck together. So the question is, if your mama or your daddy was beefing with your brother and your sister, whose side are you taking and why?
Well, the thing about that, I would rock with my sister or my brother. I mean, just like you said, they always told us growing up, you got to stick with your brother, you stick with your sister. Don't let nobody disrespect him. And if you disrespected them, I mean, what I'm supposed to do? Be like, oh yeah, I'm on your side because you being disrespectful, but I ain't gonna agree with your disrespect. But I ain't also gonna just be like, I don't want to shout it. I just want to talk to them, be like, not at the same times anyway. And I won't bring them up to like my brother or my sister because they still beefing with them. So I'll be like, I ain't gonna be like, let me tell you what your mama did. Hey man, let me tell you, let me talk to your mama. I ain't gonna ask them stupid questions like that if I know they ain't on the same page as that parent. At the end of the day, my sister, my brother gonna think I'm rocking with them, but I still got another T on their side, the old people side, because they got a whole different story. They be like, "Oh, she tried to put her hands on me." It's like we ain't even in the same state. And now they telling the whole family she tries to fight me because you raised your hand up. So you know whose side you gonna take. Cause you like, man, your mama be exaggerating like a mug, and so you gonna take your sister's side. I don't know. Your daddy don't be exaggerating that much. He be like, "Man, he was rude." I don't know. I don't know who to choose out of those two. I be like, nah, man, I choose my brother low key. I be like, hey, man, you messed up. I'm chastise them both, but I'm still talking to my daddy because he may slide me a few bills. And I always need a few extra bills. My brother be asking for them sometimes. Like, you know. But what?
It all depends on. I ain't gonna fight my mama. All right. I ain't gonna fight my mama. But if my brother and my dad were beefing, it's this just I ain't gonna say his name. My older brother, nigga, we gotta square up. We gotta jump this nigga.
He did whatever you said he did. Whatever you said, I know he did. Look at that little nigga face. I know he did. Whatever you said he did. So, I'm with you.
Yeah,
I'm with
nah,
you.
yeah, yeah. If it was my mom and my sister, I still have my sister back. But I don't think I'll fight him.
But that wasn't the question because if that was the question, we're gonna have to ride on both parents. Because I hope you got your brother and I hope you got your sister. Because I got my sister, so your sister and your brother better have you. Because if
Yeah,
not, we gonna handle that.
no,
But you didn't say that. You didn't say if we was fighting. You said
it wasn't. It wasn't fighting.
you said you was gonna jump them. Well, okay. I will be new. I will be on that. I will still say I stick to my same answer. But if they was fighting, we all gonna fight. What up, though? Getting beat up. Shoot.
Hey, that was good. That was good. So, how was your week, my love?
My week was long, very long. This week is gonna be a longer week because it starts. This is week one of nursing school since my husband can tell the world. This is week one of nursing school, and I've already become slightly overwhelmed from all the homework that is due on this coming Friday and this coming Sunday. And I'm like, whew, shit, it's a lot. But I'm gonna make it do what it do until okay. That's it. That's all. That was how my week went. It was busy. I worked.
But
Hell,
what you mean you gonna make it do what it do? You
I'm
should
so
always make it do what it do.
exactly. Nigga, ain't that what I said? I'm gonna make it do what it do regardless
But you made it seem like you were
because it's
just
hard. It's a lot. It's seeming very overwhelming. So in order for me to keep a level head, I gotta tell myself, you gonna do it regardless. We gonna make it do what it do. Because that's what we've got to do. By any means necessary.
yeah, because you can't fail. I mean, not fail. You can't give up. I don't want you to give up.
By any
So
means
you go.
necessary.
There you go.
How about yourself, my love? How was your week?
It was long too. I mean, I did about what, but I did. It was long this week. I almost hit about 50 something hours of work, but it was work. So I think one thing I've been learning about life, just as a man, is consistency. So when people are consistent in what you do, 'cause I've been getting up, going to the gym at 4 o'clock, right? I've been getting up at 3, get to the gym at 4, and to be honest, at how old am I? At 34, I'm I'm really like I feel like I'm in the best shape I've ever been in. Mm. Eh, I'm just saying. I feel like, and I don't even. I mean, I eat right, go to the gym. I've been picking up hobbies of reading. I got back into uh my cigar smoking, which probably ain't good, but it's good. It's just relaxation. You know, inhale cigars, so it on. so it don't really matter. But I feel like at this point in my life, at this stage, I got a, I hope a healthy marriage. I got a healthy inside.
I think the inside.
Well, it's healthy inside. I think the only thing that's wrong with me is I got a dislocated finger. It's dislocated. Look at it. Y'all can't see
Don't
it. But
don't look at it. But
I just
yes,
ain't went
it's
to the
very
doctor yet.
dislocated.
I just ain't went to the doctor yet because people think I'm single out here. I think I'll probably go get it fixed sometime soon. But yeah, so I've been since this week I've been realizing that I'm not I'm at peace. That makes sense. So I learned on Saturday that I feel like I'm at peace with everything. And so especially after talking to my sister, shit don't make me mad no more. I don't care. And
That's giving desensitized,
but I
not
would
at
say
peace.
but when I mean like at peace, I mean like I'm at peace with man and with God. So me being with peace with man, a lot of stuff don't phase me no more. So the stuff that made me mad in the past, I'm not mad no more. I'm not. I just it I came to a point where I'm at peace with how the way things are happening in life. So now I don't care. Did that make sense?
I mean, it
'Cause,
makes sense,
you
but
know,
it just sounds wrong.
yeah, it sounds wrong, but even so, I got rebaptized. Um, what about a month and a half ago? And so I've been reading more, and so now I'm learning to understand that certain things happen for a reason. There's no going back. You can move forward with life, but you have to understand that moving forward is in order for you to move forward, you have to be at peace with the things you did in the past. And I learned that by watching what's it called? Dope thief. If I'm saying, my I got that slur, I got that sis. Some people don't be understand what I be talking about. I be blaming on
It's a
everything.
list. Oh my God.
I'm just from the country grammar,
Don't
baby.
embarrass me.
You can find
Stop
me,
embarrassing me in front of these people, the 7 people that watch it.
but you get what I'm saying.
Damn.
So yeah, so the dude was hooked on drugs, and he committed a crime, and so they was going through uh the rehab, the recovery. They try to get off drug stuff. So they gotta go through the little what they call those sections when they go in there and talk in front of people.
Group therapy?
Yeah, group therapy. Yeah. And so it's like a 5-step program. And so I think when I got baptized, that was my fifth step program.
Group therapy. Just to throw us out here, like drug therapy, like when you go into group, it's a 12-step program, not a 5-step. I don't know if you've ever been to a Narcotics Anonymous meeting or an Alcohol Anonymous meeting. Them AA meetings and them NA meetings are 12 steps, not five. But okay, yours is 5 steps. Okay. And what were the 5 steps that got you to where you feel like you are at peace right now?
What was the 5 steps?
What are the 5 steps that got you to this peace? You said yours was five. So what are they?
Finding so I found inner peace in myself. That was one. No, that wasn't one though. That was more like that was four. So
So
one
start from the bottom. What was five
so
on up?
one no, because one is I'm going to one. The first step. First step was get rid of baggages. So I got rid of the baggage. Okay.
And can we get an example of what the baggage was? Because you're saying you're getting rid of baggage and you're saying how that you're at peace, but we would like a little context. This is what this is the road you're going, so let's get a little more context.
So the baggage was, things that's weighing you down. So things that was bringing what you want to call it? A modesty? No, dang, what's the word? But y'all know what I'm saying. The thing that was hurting you or causing you to do things you weren't supposed to do. What's the word? Y'all know the word.
I don't know the word.
It was baggage. Without having to like, say what the baggage is. We had baggage that put us in a hole. Getting rid of the baggage, not physically getting rid of the baggage, but letting the baggage go. That was step one. Okay. What you look at me like that? Step two, huh? Step two was step two was rough because we had things that had occurred between from step one to step two. So which made two, three hard. So step two was a self reflection. So I had to self reflect, meaning I had to remember I used to tell you all the time where when I wake up in the morning, I look at myself in the mirror and I tell myself, what can I do today to better myself from yesterday? Remember I used to say that? I used to always tell myself that. And so I got away from doing that. So I wasn't finding anything to better myself. Or I wasn't pushing myself to better myself. So that was that. And then step three, basically I was admitting to myself that things had to change. Okay. So I had to admit. Step three is different from the 12 step process, but
Because
three,
step one is admittance in the 12-step process. It's in every step. But okay, carry on.
but that was step three because I had to admit to myself, I have to admit that everything that I put in front of that, I had to understand that it was for a reason, a purpose, if that makes sense. Because you look at it like that would make sense.
Because my thing is, you said you had to admit
Because
that
I
the
wasn't,
things that was coming before that,
because I wasn't, I what you want to say? What's the word? I wasn't like
communicating,
not communicating.
delivering.
I wasn't taking accountability. There you go.
Okay.
So on step three, I had to admit it and I had to take accountability for everything that had happened. So once I took accountability for it and I understood that that it was things that had happened that had to go. So once I admitted and I took accountability for those things, and that's why I stopped doing certain things. I just stopped because when you do stuff, you feel guilty about certain things you do. It's like when you a single pastor and you in the pulpit preaching and you said and you date somebody, you gonna be feeling guilty that you touched on that girl's booty. She looking at me like I'm crazy, but you get what I'm saying. Step four was this the cleaning of the house. I had to clean house. So I stopped doing certain things. I start being thankful. Cause we got to that point in life where you get comfortable and you stop being thankful for the things you have. Okay. Some people do it. We all done that where we stop being thankful. And so I got back to being thankful for the things I had and the things that were set in front of me and the things that hasn't yet came. And I just started being thankful. And then the fifth one was the baptism. So once I got baptized, rebaptized, I started understanding that I'm at peace with everything that happened from the time I was born to the time I got reborn. Does it make sense to you? It made sense in my head, But sometimes you say stuff in your head, it don't come out right. And so you over there looking at me like this nigga crazy. But in all honesty, I am at peace with a lot of stuff. So I have understand that through 2025, consistency, being very consistent has allowed me to grow more, not just spiritually, but mentally. And now I'm able to not feel guilty about nothing or peer pressure about nothing or whatnot. I could just enjoy the company that I have with my wife, the people I hang around, the things I do, XYZ. All right.
Just to reevaluate what you just said from your 5 step program. I just want to make sure I got your 5 steps right.
Don't make fun of me because the thing is when it's in my head, I have a dyslexia. Okay.
It's dyslexia, and we are aware that
Okay.
we
So
that you're dyslexic. We're very
and
much
so
aware.
what's in my head not always come out right, but it makes sense.
And I didn't say it didn't make sense. I'm just trying to go over those 5 steps with you just to confirm that these were the 5 steps you took to get to your revelation of peace, right? So, step one was dropping all your baggage, and that baggage kind of hit a little hard, and it was like, dang, that's that's kind of hurtful, not necessarily towards me, but how like towards the baggage. Like I felt like that was kind of hurtful
Hold on.
for the baggage.
You know what baggage I'm talking about? Or you just guessing what baggage?
No, because it's how you said the baggage, and then how you put it together. The baggage that I'm assessing is the baggage that I felt like that's the baggage that you were saying you dropped.
So the baggage what I'm referring to is stuff that out of my control. So you know how we take on more things than we can handle. And so as being a man, we are required to take on a lot. So what I did was I talked to my wife, the person sitting across from me, and we
Who
understood.
else would be your wife?
Okay,
Because that's sometimes then like why you have to say the person sitting across from you like nigga we ain't know. Because if
because
you didn't know nigga now you know.
well now they know, but it was a lot of pressure on your husband. We had the conversation, okay, and so by having that conversation, something had to change, okay. So we had to change, and we had to let go of certain things.
And I'm saying that in that aspect of how you said it, if I was that person or I was that baggage or that indiscretion or whichever of however you want to call it, I would feel some type of way about it. How you said it. That would be
That
me.
that's why I said
But
it
if it
didn't
was,
come out
I'm
my
saying if it
head
was
right.
like a person or a situation where certain things happen, I would be like, dang, this nigga rude to the mug. He didn't care about nothing. So that's how it would portray to me. So I don't know how it would portray to other people. They probably figured it out and was like, oh, he, you know what I'm saying, his baggage, old bones lie dead. Whatever they say. Anyway,
No,
that was step one. Okay.
I would. Let me clear it up. Then
You
I'm not
did. You just cleared it
okay.
up. But I'm just saying, it was just like that's just how it came out. But anywho, step two was self reflection. Is basically what you said. After you had to drop all your baggage, you had to come back and reflect on yourself as a whole. Which I understand that. That's cool. I get that. And then step three was like admittance. And I'm trying to figure out what that part of admittance mean, like to yourself, like, hey, I was the problem. The problem was the people around me. The problem was I didn't have enough support. The problem was something, but I admitted to that.
it wasn't. It was this. I was holding myself accountable. for my part. That makes sense? I was holding myself accountable.
But within step one and step two, when you were going to, no, I'm just let me get it out.
My bad, my
Jeez.
bad.
Within step one and step two, you said that it was hard between step one and then step two, right? So when you got to step two of self-reflection, which part of that step two were you then into step three that you're like, now I'm at the admittance stage, I'm at the accountability stage, which is more of accountability instead of admittance. Because yeah, you admit that this was you, but you also said it was accountability. So it's more of a step is accountability and not admittance.
So I wouldn't say admitting, it would be more of accountability. So that's why I was trying. That's why, like, I wasn't trying to say it. I was trying to figure out the right word, but it was accountability. I had to take accountability for certain things, and so once I realized, that's why I said from two to three, it was hard because so much stuff happened, and from one to four, from two to step two and three, there was so much stuff that happened. That's what I said, but that's what I said. So once I went through step two, and then once I got to step three, in order for me to get to step three, I had to figure out why. You see what I'm saying? We was in a place where it's like it was why. You know? You don't wanna and it's like you don't want to question God, but that's the thing. That's why I was like, why?
But you said you don't want to question God, but sometimes you got to ask him questions in order to get the answers
That's why I was
that you
like,
need.
that's why I said, you don't want to question God, but it was like, why? I said that like why? So then once I realized the why, that's when I realized that I had to hold myself accountable for the things that happened. If I would have went a different route, a different way, doing certain things, maybe we would never we would never have put ourselves in a certain position, or I would never got us in a certain position. I had to hold myself at a higher standard. You confused?
No, I'm not physically confused. Or
Mentally. That's what I
I'm
said.
not mentally confused either. I'm not confused at all. My brain is like, I want the full, uncut, raw conversation that we're gonna have to have off camera because I need the full, raw cut, uncut BT version of this conversation.
But just know that and you know this now. I'm at ease. I'm more, you know,
I
I'm just
don't
more
know.
relaxed
You
now.
tell me because I don't think you are.
So, I am, because I'm more relaxed. I'm more laid back.
Tell that to the little one back there because he don't think you relaxed or laid back. You always keep him in jail.
'Cause I can't stand that nigga. That's different.
I'm just a baby.
That's a baggage that I can't get rid of without dealing with somebody across from me.
Because he's just a baby.
If I had the choice, what I tell you, I said, man, give me this damn dog. I love my big box anyway.
Wow. We love you, Breeze. Don't let him shade you. I feed you every day. Consistent in.
Just in everything I do. You know I stay consistent. If I say I'm do something, I'm gonna try to stay consistent
I
with it.
mean, at the beginning of this very first podcast, you said you was gonna be real, raw, and authentic.
But what you mean?
And yet you're I mean, you're not necessarily giving us examples. You're just
Consistent
consistent
as
as
in
in you're just
I could you
doing
want to
the.
get real raw.
I'm just trying to get you to actually use your words and not use, you know,
Hey, because I'm talking like Kanye because I sit there and watch this hour and a half video. Kanye. Yeah. Me and my boy did our podcast talking about Kanye. No, because he went all the way around the other stuff.
cause nigga, that's what you're doing.
But see, I'm trying not to. I'm trying to give honest, uncut, raw information to a point. Okay. So I've gotten consistent at a lot of stuff. You want to say the California King got consistent. The hitting the gym got consistent. My eating habits got consistent. Making sure that we always have money, got consistent at it. Uh, just making sure that you're smiling. I got consistent at because somebody asked me this question, and I know I'm babbling, but this is a true testimony of how far I've came. Okay, so when somebody asks you, where you at now? Did this where you dreamed of being at?
Like, wait,
Catch you off guard.
no, like in this, because my brain went to in this moment. Did I dream of being in this moment? No.
Oh, but like, did you dream of being you dream of being married, buying a home, doing a podcast with your husband, like
Part no.
being an esthetician, doing like when you was 6, 7?
No.
No, okay. And so when they asked me, I was like, hell, I didn't know I was gonna be married. You wanna know what I thought I was gonna? I thought I was gonna be on the street. I didn't think about no school. I didn't think about marriage. I used to tell people lies. Which would be, oh, I'm gonna be in the NBA. Because when a little 7-year-old say that, oh, this is so cute. Man, I think I was gonna be married. I didn't know what the definition of marriage was.
Marriage.
Marriage. We wasn't raised in a married home. I wasn't raised in a married home. Okay. So I don't know the definition. I had to learn how to love you. I had to learn how to take care of you.
Everybody has to learn how to love their person.
Yeah, but actually you actually get taught.
Well, yeah, but you get taught how to love them,
Them,
but
but
you
you
have
have
to
to
learn
learn
their
their
love
love.
Yes.
style.
There's love style. Yes.
So
So
you
So
you
already have, you
you
should
should
have
have
already
already
had
had
the
the
structure
structure
of
of how to love them, but you are saying you didn't have that
didn't have
structure.
us
You had to get it out the mud.
out the mud.
Should be a rapper.
And so
That was a bar.
and that's how a lot of stuff that's how I feel like a lot of stuff that's why I feel like I'm at peace. Because I feel like now I'm at a point where I've mastered loving my wife. Because she can't keep her hands off of
That is
me.
not true. I definitely keep my hands to myself. I keep my hands to myself right now, as you can see me.
It's something in the middle blocking us.
Low key, I have been trying to get my legs to you for a minute, but your feet ain't on the table. I just been up here like, he never gonna put his legs up here.
But yeah, and so like I said, I'm at peace. But yeah,
What a great episode, guys.
so we gonna move on because we spent too long on that. Somebody out here dragging out, making me drag out stuff.
Because I wanted to get a good clarification and actually have that be a full moment of a circle. You have that moment to go over it and fully play it out if you've only played it out in your mind and you've actually not said it out loud, it's always good to
It's good to.
say, yo, her locks look good.
That
That
Reach
They
is
do
Reese
look
is
nice.
good.
nice. You know,
They do look good.
I don't have any earrings on, so I don't feel like a person.
All right. So next topic that's on the docket, we want to go into. We have a new segment that we're gonna introduce this week, and it's what V is watching. What V is watching. What V is watching. It's my phone dance. What V is watching. What V is. What V is. What V is watching.
Thank you so much for the intro. It was beautiful. It was very embarrassing,
Hey, don't let me get that. I'm gonna record that.
man. I am currently watching Survival of the Thickest. Um, it is a Netflix show. It has
Tasha
Tasha
Smith
Smith
in
in
it.
it.
Y'all know
Yeah, I know Tasha from all the Marcus. You know Tasha from the show that we like from the Tyler Perry show. Why did we get married?
Oh, you
That
talking
Tasha.
about you talking about the twin?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay, yeah.
she's in that show. It's really good. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Hold on, hold on. We watched this show.
We watched the first season.
And
It was some light skinned big chick.
she's also in the show. She's a comedian as well. She's in the show as well. I can't think of what her government name is right now, but she's very funny also. But it is a really good show. Basically following around a really nice black girl who's comfortable in her skin. As he said, she was a little bigger, light skinned girl. Rude. She's a little heavy set. She's a thickums. Okay. And they're following around her as she navigates her life through Harlem, New York, whatever. Um, Trying to find love after her fiance was pumping another chick in their bed and they broke up. So trying to start over and navigate new love and new life. And it's pretty good. And so far so good. I can't complain. Not me. Yeah.
And what's the show called again?
Survival of the thickest. Like thick thighs save lives.
That's what she say.
No, that's a saying in real life.
Like people say thick thighs save lives all the time.
What? I have never heard nobody say that.
You ain't never heard nobody say thick thighs save lives.
No.
Well, when you go to make a short clip, put this as a short clip, and I'm gonna tell you, everybody go say thick thighs do save lives, because people know thick thighs save lives.
But all the firemen out there are skinny. But they ain't thick.
Thick thighs save lives.
But
But
thick thighs,
what does a fireman have to do with thick
Thighs.
thighs?
because they ain't got thick thighs.
Apparently, you're not understanding the concept of thick thighs save lives.
Hey, this is going on my head. When I hear thick thighs, I hear uh, ashes to ashes, fire. Hey, run they thighs together.
You're a terrible person.
Thick thighs, same lives. Somebody gotta break that down to me.
So, on Reddit, I Googled it for you because someone also asked, what does the saying thick thighs save lives mean? And people are weird because they are saying that thick thighs save lives, and the true concept of it's about sex.
I can't get that back.
And we shall carry on.
Carry on. Okay. We got another, we try to get these segments out, so we try to see how these roll out.
He's trying to see how they roll out. I'm just a guest on this show.
Cause we wasted 40 minutes of just babbling over
That
about
wasn't a waste. We had a full conversation about the 5 steps that you
To
got to
peace.
peace
And
and
how
how
you
you
got
got
there.
there.
That's
That's
not a
not a
waste.
waste.
okay. It wasn't waste, but it was a long
No,
time.
nigga, you said it was a waste. So scrap it and we'll
Whatever.
start over.
We ain't starting over. But so I got another segment. I don't know what it's gonna be called yet, but I want to talk about top 5 things not to do when you pull up at grocery store, the mall, Walmart, Target, whatever.
These
Five?
5 things are gonna be directed towards me.
No,
Just
it's
FYI,
directed
because
towards
he be
everybody.
try me. If
Okay,
I have to beat
five
you up,
things.
Just know
no,
this is
this is
why he
why he
got
got
beat
Okay,
beat
up.
up.
number one. No, five. We gonna go five being the lowest, one being okay. So number five, I'll never no. Number five, always back in to a parking spot.
Hmm.
Okay, because you gotta be ready to go when motherfuckers.
But what you said is the 5 things and not to do. Well,
So not to do. So never pull in. Sure, you know what I'm saying.
no, I
Number
didn't.
four,
You said it.
I I forgot to write these down, so I'm going off memorization. Number four, to my ladies, never park in between I get you van and a truck.
I don't park in between I get you vans and trucks. I park closest to, but my car is also small, so it's gonna look small in between every car that is
But you
next to
never
me.
want to park in between the I get you van or a big truck. Because if you try to park behind a big truck, next to a big truck, can't nobody see you getting whack whack.
Can't nobody see you getting abducted.
Okay. And number three, this should have technically been number five. No, this number three. No, this should be number five.
He should have wrote these down.
It should have been because I forgot. Don't judge.
Definitely judging.
Never park by the basket rack. Or what they call basket holders? Cart. Never park by the baskets. Okay. That should be number five. Number five should have been number three. Always back in, never pull in. All right. Number two. Number two. Now you may forget I was gonna say. Number
This is just yeah.
number two. Never park by a car that have been through hell. If they don't care about their car, they don't care about your car. That,
That should have been number one because a bucket gonna treat your car like
that
it's a
should have been number
bucket,
one.
straight up.
Because
And I'll be like,
technically that
hold
is
on.
number one. But because number three should have been never park too far away from the entry or the exit.
But you always park me in the Negro section.
First of all, I don't park by cars.
So that's parking the farthest away from the entrance, which is the Negro section in the back.
Well, I don't park way in the back because I gotta be in nice running distance to my car. I know I can get to my car in 2.5 seconds. Can you get that 2.5 seconds?
I can. All I gotta do is outrun the person in front of me or behind me is what I gotta do. And I can outrun everybody behind me.
So that's the top five. Never park in the back. Never park by baskets. Always pull in. No, always back in. Never pull in. Never park in between an I get you van and a truck. And never park by a car who don't give a damn about themselves.
The car doesn't have feelings, so it won't give a damn about itself. But the owner of the car,
You know
if
what
they
I'm
don't
saying?
give a damn about that car, don't park next to that car.
All right.
Cause them be the main ones speeding on the highway too.
Getting it.
Cause they ain't got nothing to lose. Their car already raggedy. And then what you say as a black person, that's why your car look like that now, driving all stupid.
I got a random question.
And I got a random answer.
Let's see. Let's see if you can get this. Let's see if anybody get this one. All right. What word has the same 4 letters, but it's spelled differently? But that's not. This is not a question.
So
So
Riddle.
Oh,
Riddle,
riddle.
I hope he edits the ham and cheese out of that part. I got a riddle. Start here. I got a
I got
riddle
a
for y'all.
riddle. Okay, I got a riddle for you guys. Okay. What word has the same four letters, but is spelled differently, but also has similar meaning and also starts with the same letter? And I want you guys to know I made this up while I was smoking a cigar yesterday.
So what four-letter word has the same spelling?
But it's the same. It's a what four letter word? What word has the same four letters, but it's spelled different, but have the same similar meaning, and also starts with the same letter?
Can you give me a hint of the letter that it starts with?
No, that's gonna kill it.
It's just a hint. You gotta give a hint.
Okay, I give you. I give you this. One, I give you two of them. One is a oxygon, and another one is a dog's favorite name.
Nigga, what?
One is a
You know what?
one is a, no. I'm saying it again.
No.
No, I'm saying it again.
I don't want this because this is not a riddle. It's foolishness.
What is an oxygon?
Do you even know what an octagon is?
Do you know what an oxygon is?
Yes, it's a shape.
Okay. What is an oxygon?
Is it the stop sign?
Okay.
That's the only octagon he know. It's probably the damn stop sign.
Okay. And the other one is a dog's favorite name.
How does a dog have a favorite name?
What do people name their dogs like? What got the same four letters in stop that's in a dog's name? Start with the same letter.
I don't know, dog named Snoopy. Snoop.
It got four letters in it. What's on box face?
No,
Oh my goodness. What color? What color?
that was scary.
No, it ain't. It's a what word has the same four letters, but it's spelled differently, but also has similar meanings. Spot? Stop.
That was so bad. We shouldn't even air this because that was so bad. And people don't even name their dog Spot for real. I've never met a dog named Spot or seen a dog named Spot. I cried a little because that was so dumb. Oh my goodness, that was so dumb. Because an octagon and a dog's favorite word. I don't even, I would have thinking treat. The first thing came to mind was a dog's favorite word. I'm like treat, act, outside, go potty.
I said dog's favorite name.
Exactly. And I'm like,
Oh man. Oh man. All right, that was a good. That was random, random, random.
that was so random.
Now we got a new segment called, they call me Coach. So now we got Coach's Playbook. Da-da-da-da. Coach's Playbook. Da-da-da-da. Coach's Playbook. Da-da-da-da. Coach's Play. We got our first contestant on the line. She's all the way hailed from Wyandotte, some part of Nashville, some part of Jackson County, some part of Williamson County. Williamson County? A little bit of Travis County.
Oh, Williamson County. Travis County is nowhere
She
near
been
us.
all she been all over the world because her daddy's a truck driver.
Hey, man, business.
And this playbook is called How Well Do You Know Your I got 5 questions.
I got three
Three
answers.
answers.
It ain't all hard.
I bet they are. Because probably gonna be some shit he just made up.
Okay. Question, how you want me to go for the least to
I'm
the
gonna,
biggest?
I'm just gonna start wherever you want to start it.
Okay. Question number one. In 2019, we went to New Orleans. We went to go see LeBron James, Lakers versus the New Orleans Pelicans.
Oh, I remember the
You remember
vacation.
that? You remember that vacation? Boy, y'all don't know that vacation. Time was had. All right, since time was had. The husband got drunk,
Yeah.
wasted. What was I wearing?
On which
The day I got drunk.
was wearing a gray and black LeBron shirt that said 23 on the I think it was on the back or on the front. It was one of them. All I know is you had on some black shorts. I don't know what shoes she was wearing because you got so many pairs of shoes, but I know that outfit vividly because you showed out that night. And I ain't had frog legs since.
So she got 1 out of 3 right. My shorts were dark gray with a gray Lakers shirt
I
I
with
said
said
that
that
LeBron.
gray and black
Lakers
Lakers
shirt
shirt.
Yeah,
had
It
the
had the
and
23
I
23
had on
on it.
my
on it.
all black Nike Zooms.
Um,
I ain't gonna tell you what shoes you had on.
I tell you, you
I
got
You
give
got
you a
that whole
half.
outfit right. I got that whole outfit right.
I give
Stop
you
it.
half.
Whatever, nigga.
give me
Give me
Okay.
all my credit. Don't
All
cheat
right.
me.
Now.
Question number
All
10.
right. So now, next question. This one's going to be. This is going to be funny. What was the first thing I said when I came over to your crib for the first time? When I walked in the door.
Wait, wasn't it about my TV? Did you do it? Snaps. Hold on, because you said something smart about my big button TV. Real smart. Dang, which was it? Was it about my forehead? 'Cause you said something slick about my forehead. Is that not true? No, man, I don't remember because you said a lot of slick shit that night. You said a lot of slick shit. Nah, man. Wait, wait. Nah, because I'm trying to think. You said something about I know you said something about my voice. You said a lot of slick stuff. I don't remember. I give up. I give up.
For that one, because I said, why you sound like a man?
Wow. Yeah, you said you was petty about it. You was petty. I'm
Okay, I give you
like, I
that
got
one.
that
Give
one.
you that one.
Had a lot of slick stuff that
I actually got 6 questions on here.
Let's go.
Okay. All right. Now this one should be easy. What was the first besides food? What was the first and last thing I bought you?
Wait, what you mean?
Besides food, what was the first thing I bought you, and what was the last thing I bought you? They the same thing.
The first time? That was the last thing you bought me. We got it. I got an upgraded ring.
Bought you.
That was the last thing I got. Recently, that was the last thing you bought.
You give up? He's like, yeah.
Nah, man. Hold on, I'm still thinking. Was it the watch? No, no.
She don't remember nothing.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that first thing I bought you?
It was that necklace.
Nope. The first thing I bought you was a tire for your car. The last thing I just bought you, think I bought her a
I was
tire.
talking about tires. That wasn't.
I bought her a tire like 2 weeks in,
He did. That's right. He did.
and I just bought her a tire 2 weeks ago.
That is so childish. That's what I didn't think about. I didn't think about the tire. That didn't have to come to mind.
So, okay, you sitting
Right.
at
You didn't tell me how many points they were.
you
Technically,
just
I got
want,
two right.
you sitting at one. You sitting at a half a point.
I should have sitting at 1.5 because I got the first half. I got half of the
We
first one.
minus that one. So now, oh, this is another good one.
Allegedly.
Oh, this is a good one. I'm gonna say the two hard ones for last. This is another good one. Besides money, when we first started dating, what else was struggling for?
I remember something that was struggling, but I ain't gonna say that out loud.
Hey, that. Besides that, I was back then. I used to rush. Hold on now.
Nigga. Read the question.
Besides money, in the queen size. When we first started dating, what else was struggling for me, or was a struggle for me? You don't get it.
No, I don't get the question. What else was a struggle for you when we first started
When we
dating?
first started dating,
Man, that was 11 years ago, man. I don't know.
my beard.
It
It's not right here.
took a while. But it came in eventually. But I wasn't thinking about your beard. I just wasn't thinking about that at all. That is not where my brain went to your beard.
We got two more. Okay.
Okay.
All right. When I say the name Grady, where does that come from?
You play basketball or something?
When I say the name,
Who is Grady and why am I supposed to know who he is?
do you really know your husband?
Apparently not, because this is some foolishness. I ain't never heard Grady before in my life. Like, who is Grady?
What's my favorite show?
Sanford and Sons. I've never watched Sanford and Sons, but like those 3 episodes that I catch with you is as much Sanford and Sons as I'ma watch. I'm sorry, but Red Fox was funny, but he wasn't my thing.
Grady was Red Fox was Fred Stanford's best friend.
Oh, I don't know that man. I'm sorry, I do not know that man. I ain't never met Grady before in my life. I've watched 3 episodes of Sanford and Son.
I told you last two was gonna be hard.
That wasn't even hard. That wasn't even realistic for me to even think about. Because if I was to go over a name of a show that I know, you probably wouldn't be able to tell me either. So try again. Go next.
Technically, I can. Next question. Last question. What are my three favorite trilogies? They ain't even trilogy. They got more. They got more than three movies.
I couldn't think of Jurassic Park for a second. I'm like, what's that one with the dinosaurs? That wasn't even hard. We know that one. I'm sick of watching Jurassic Park. Every chance you get, Jurassic Park. One of them dang Jurassic Park.
That was fun. That was a nice uh coach's playbook. You know, she did alright. She already know me like she thinks she know me.
First of all, I don't know Sanford and Sons. So how would I know Gertie? And at first I thought you was calling him Grady. So I was like, who is Grady? Or Gertie? Whatever that man's name is. I didn't know who he was. And the second one, come on man, your beard.
My
How am I
man was
supposed
struggling.
Shoot, you didn't even have a beard at the time. You just had the little gold teeth. You weren't even growing your sides out. So I didn't even think about that. You didn't start growing your sides out for till like maybe well after 2018. You started growing your beard. Yes. Yeah, that's when you
Cause
started letting it grow
it
in
was
about
struggling.
2018. I was like, I ain't even know you were struggling because you shaved it so much. You had a goatee. How am I supposed to know it was struggling?
Oh man, good times.
Anyway,
Anyway, that was a great show. You know, we reflect on some things. I did a lot of talking this episode. You know, next episode, I'm gonna put my wife on the spot. All right, we had another great episode. We'll get coach's story another day because we run out of time. It's late, and she looking sexy on it after she won the prize. We holler at y'all. Make sure y'all go follow us on all social media platforms. Oh, we ain't on Facebook. I ain't even got on. I don't even know what Facebook look like. But go watch YouTube. All right, people,
subscribe,
and subscribe. All right,
subscribe, and share.
all right. Don't just tell me the things that. All right, put in the comments so we can build up. more interaction or whatever. So YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Kitchen underscore table underscore podcast. We love to hear y'all feedback. All
If
right.
you have bad feedback, don't say nothing. Shut your face. Put it in the DMs. Don't put it in the comments. Got it? Great. You're amazing. We love you. See you at the conference. Peace.
What she said.